What is going on, everyone? It's Near again. Here for you, some Call of Duty Black Ops 2 playing some Domination. This time on one of the new DLC maps that we got with the Apocalypse DLC. This is the map Takeoff, which is a reimagination, or a remake, if you will, of the map Stadium from Black Ops 1. And it's probably my favorite map that I got with the Apocalypse DLC. I feel as though this map is just pristine and kind of like a perfect example of what they need to do when it comes to rehashing or reimagining maps. So this map plays pretty much, in my opinion, the exact same as it did during Black Ops 1. If there's one difference that this map has between its Black Ops 1 counterpart Stadium, it would be if the spawn system is slightly different. I've talked about this in a lot of videos, so I'll be quick with it. The way they did it in Modern Warfare 3, it started in Modern Warfare 3, then Call of Duty Black Ops 2 obviously adapted it. You can tell on the maps that the spawn system's a bit more sporadic. They kind of spawn behind you a little bit more often. And on this map, you can kind of predict when that's going to happen, and that's what we do in this gameplay. It's pretty simple. So our strategy, like the core strategy that we have for this map, is we like to take over the C flag, regardless of what side we spawn on. If we spawn on C, we take it, we're fine and glorious. But in this gameplay, we spawned on the A flag, so we decided to try and go across the map and try and take the C flag from the enemy team. You'll be seeing us push through and try and do that throughout the majority of this gameplay. And we find that when you have the C flag, and the enemy team has the A flag, and they try to flip the spawns on you because you're getting too close to the A flag, they spawn them in the building directly next to C, and we basically just keep killing them as they come out. It's really easy to exploit the spawn system on this map, and the reason it's so easy to exploit is because they're trying to make it, shall we say, noob friendly, where the enemy team gets flipped across to the other side of the map, not because, they need to spawn over there, but basically because they're worried that they're going to get killed too much, and they're just trying to hold the hands of the newer players. Well, we kind of take advantage of that, and we kind of tear them apart throughout this entire gameplay. It's myself, it's Foxhound, it is Just So Hyper. We are the big SB Friendship Club, and we do rather well. You'll be seeing at the end of this gameplay just exactly how well the three of us did as compared to our three teammates, and as compared to the entire enemy team. It's almost comical, really, but we do pretty well throughout this game. I think you guys will enjoy it. So let's talk about this map. Let's talk about the map. Let's talk about the way the map is laid out, how the map works, and basically how it looks. So I think nobody can really disagree that the map looks pretty good. A lot of people drew comparisons to the DLC map Vertigo, which I believe was in the previous DLC to this, was map Vertigo. It looks very similar. It's really futuristic. We are on a, what do they call this thing? A space launch facility? It's some goofy thing that I didn't even know was a thing out in the Pacific Ocean in international waters, but they were actually United States international waters. I don't even know what that means. That's just what you see from the loading screen. The map looks pretty good. People ask whether or not I like the way it looks now, or if I like the way it looked back in the Stadium. And I feel as though I like Stadium more. And that's not just like nostalgia, because a lot of people, they'll say they like the previous Call of Duty, and that's not the case for me. You guys know that. Usually this time of year, everyone's like, "Oh, the previous Call of Duty was so much better." No, I hate Modern Warfare 3. Awful game. Black Ops 2 is 10 times a game that game will ever be. So I'm not giving you a biased opinion when it comes to that. I just feel as though I like older style maps in terms of how they look, right? So Stadium from Black Ops 1, that was during the Cold War, right? Things were a little bit more old-fashioned looking. I don't mind futuristic stuff per se, but I definitely like old-fashioned stuff more. If I had to choose between a futuristic game and a World War II game, I'm going to pick World War II 10 out of 10 times. That's just the way I like the way the maps look. But not to say this map doesn't look good. I think I just prefer, good old-fashioned, wood and steel as compared to everything being all chromey and steely and pretty looking. And I don't know, just my thoughts, just my opinions. How does the map play? Like I said, the map plays pretty similar to the map Stadium. I like that. Yeah, I like it. What I like about this map, see, Stadium, it was weird to me. It was almost like a foreign idea to me that Stadium was one of the popular maps from Black Ops 1. I didn't quite understand that. I pointed it out in my walkthrough video of this map that it's kind of interesting that we're bringing back DLC of a previous DLC map. It's the first time it's happened. They've brought back maps before in Call of Duty, and they were always the standard maps. They never brought back a DLC map from a previous game. This is the first time that's happened. It was interesting to me that happened, and it was also really interesting to me that this was considered by Treyarch to be a community favorite map, because there's a lot of maps I can think of in Black Ops 1 that were just fantastic and that a lot of people would probably enjoy. A couple of them would be Jungle. I love Jungle. It might be my favorite map in that game. I've gotten a couple hundred plus gameplays on there with the M16. I've got some Black Ops 1 gameplay on Jungle I want to share with you guys coming up soon. I like Jungle. Jungle from Black Ops 1 was a really good map. I'd like to see that brought back somehow in some way. I like the map Summit, and they brought that back as well. I think they brought back Firing Range. That was another great map from Black Ops 1. There's a lot of good ones. Grid was a good map. I think that map was pretty good. Havana was a good map. There's a lot of good maps in that game. It just kind of struck me as, strange that they decided this was one of the fan favorite ones. Of all the rest of the maps they had to choose from, they chose to bring back this one. And I kind of like it because it brings back the feel and the play style of a Black Ops 1 map. You see me, I'm using a 3-round burst assault rifle right here. You can use it, of course, in Black Ops 2, but a lot of the maps, assault rifle is kind of like a second option as compared to a submachine gun in Black Ops 2 anyway. It feels as though submachine guns should be, for the most part, the primary option for a lot of people, based upon the map size, based upon the spawn system and the rotations and how close your engagements usually are. It's more of a submachine gun game, really. But on this map, assault rifles dominate. I've even tried playing this map without a 3-round burst assault rifle, or I guess this is a 4-round burst assault rifle, and the SWAT's a 3-round. But either way, it's a bursted rifle that it's based upon putting a lot of accuracy and power down range at the expense of some of your fire rate. So I like it. I like that a lot of the kills I get are way down range. I think that's a really neat thing. It's something way different than what we usually see here in Black Ops 2, which of course is breaking the monotony of the game is a way to keep the game fresh and a way to keep the game interesting. So of course that's a really good thing. I like that aspect of it. And overall, I'd say it's a really good map. I'd say it's really fun to play. And this is why I keep going back to it, and I keep hammering this point across in my videos, and I feel as though I'm going on with it too much. But I want bigger maps in Call of Duty, I do. Black Ops 2, the maps are just so tiny. They're just so minuscule, real cute little things, and they're just so small. And I want them to be bigger. I liked it better when the majority of the time people were using rifles as compared to submachine guns. The reason that, I think I mentioned this before perhaps, the reason I became such a submachine gun / shotgun player in Call of Duty is not because the maps got smaller and that became, just kind of the most beneficial guns. Like I said earlier in the video, most of the maps here in Black Ops 2 really tend to lean themselves more towards submachine gun play based upon how often you find people and how close you usually find these people. Like the distance at which you usually find people is usually within a submachine gun's effective range. Therefore, it's usually, of course, pretty beneficial to you and everyone else to use submachine guns. But in the older Call of Duties, it wasn't like that. In the older Call of Duties, for the most part, you saw people within assault rifle ranges, depending on how you played the map. And I started using submachine guns and shotguns more as a way to challenge myself in a way. I would take maps like Array from the original Black Ops. You guys may remember that map. It's really big. I think my last Deer Nero, or one of my last Deer Neros, was on that map. And you guys can go check that out if you don't know what Array looks like. It's a really big snow map in Black Ops 1. And I would try to take a double barrel shotgun on that map and do well. Or I would try to take the Mac 11, was it the Mac 11 or the Mac 10? I think it was Mac 10 in that game, I'm not positive. But it's a submachine gun, it's got like a 20 round magazine, it shoots really fast, it doesn't kick, but like there's not enough room in that magazine to kill more than one person, and you burn through ammo really. If you guys have played Black Ops 1, the Mac 10 is one of the cooler guns in the game, but it's one of the, definitely the more difficult ones to use as well. And I would try using that on that map. Or in Call of Duty 4, I would use like a Silent Scorpion, and I would take it like on the map Block, which is like one of the biggest, most sniper campy maps in the game. I like doing that kind of stuff. That's one of the things I like to do a lot when I was getting into Call of Duty, and I would like to try to challenge myself and improve as a player. I'd like to do that, but now everything's just submachine gun-ish. And I kind of like to, I want to go back to where everyone's using assault rifles, therefore I'm kind of more of original when I use a submachine gun, or it's a little bit more difficult to use a submachine gun or a shotgun. Those are just my thoughts. Those are just some opinions for you guys. But right here, I wanted to stop right here on this part of the gameplay and show this to you guys, because our team just tore them apart. So the BsB Friendship Club, which is the name of our little group here, we got 148 kills and 26 deaths and 13 captures and 21 defense, which is a pretty well-rounded game for 3 people combined. I think overall we have like over a 5 KD or something between us, which is just fantastic, good stuff. And then our teammates combined to go 25 and 54 with 6 captures and 2 defense. It's one of those games, you hear people talk about it often, saying, I can't win because my teammates can't do anything. Well, occasionally you got to do all the work and your teammates just don't really do anything. It's one of those matches. It happens more often than not. Your teammates are going to be bad. Your random teammates, the people I match you up with, not your friends. The random teammates, they're going to be pretty bad. You need to counter it. You need to go above and beyond that. and have yourself a really good game. Of course, it's frustrating because let's say you have an off game, and your teammates, of course, are always going to have an off game, and then you inevitably lose because of that. That's frustrating, but when the games come out like this, where it seems like we had such an easy time, we did so well in this game, but it was really just because of the three of us. That's the reason we did so well, and that's the reason the game seemed like it was so easy, was because myself and Hyper and Foxhound, because our teammates were over double negative and barely capping flags and not defending them at all, 2 defends. So, yeah, I think it's a good example of a gameplay that could have went really bad, but we had a really good game between the three of us, and it went really well. But I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Remember, leave a rating where you guys will be deserves. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of the map Takeoff? I like it. I really like it. And what did you guys like in Call of Duty Ghosts? Which I doubt it's going to be like this, because Call of Duty is all about pandering. It's all about trying to make people happy, make people feel good about themselves, and about making money. So, of course, they're going to make the maps retardedly small. All the guns are going to kill in like 3 shots. And it's just going to be a giant cluster of frustration like every other Infinity Ward game. But I hope Call of Duty Ghosts isn't like that. But let me know what you guys think about that. Remember to leave a rating where you guys feel it deserves. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 gram rocks, that's how I roll. I got one